I rank where the view is nothing less than phenomenal. For how I express and project from my abdominal. The only view better, both my daddy and my mama know. No living parents, my sons give me balance. My wife is my serenity, this mic is my identity. The world is foul enough, that's why I write without obscenities. Provoking danger with broken language and spoken anguish. Begging to get hurt, why would you ask to go through changes? Yes, Lord, life's a chessboard, master the angles. Control the tempo, be the one who holds the info. Acknowledge is just as deadly as machete swings. When spoken, the truth is as potent as that Medellin. While others swear the style is free, I just let it ring. Our time is undervalued, soldiers make us better kings. My fans on my shoulder, reaching after better things. Today I take the shot, for them I'd rather set the screen.
My mama told me follow my dreams. My daddy told me get it by any means. Stand tall, make him bow to a king. But I've evolved, you can see the resolve. Look in my eyes when you speaking to God.
Life and for those who be caught up in using what I was taught with the muse. I guess they call it proving I'm more than an artist. Penciling out my darkest by stenciling out a harvest. And storing what gets me from A to B, just like garages. Instrumental with collages. Envision what I've been drawing. Broadway to give you rhythm like the great Lena Horne. So bent on, found comfort in the storm. Find peace and on when you see them others perform. Organized chaos, I'll cast it like hey ya.
Yo, party people in the place to be. What's good? It's the number one Chief Rock Knicks Universal main man, Uncle Freezy, and welcome to the premiere Knicks in the Morning Time show. The Knicks Morning Drive. Salute. Man, it's good to see y'all, man. Good to be with y'all, man. Hadn't done this in quite some time. Trying to figure out the schedule. Trying to figure out the sketch. I need to figure out this camera. Let me figure out this camera first. How about that? How about we figure out the camera? Maybe it's time for a new camera, everybody. I don't know. Yeah, maybe it's time for a new camera, you know. But Just Knicks is in the building. Andre Walker is in the building. Salute everybody. Salute to everybody. All of us. Everybody watching us on X and on YouTube. Salute to y'all. So there have been a few things out there in Knicks universe going on. I'm probably gonna rock for a few minutes because I still have to hit the clock. So I gotta be somewhere. At 9. So. You know, I'm going to rock for as long as I can and then double duty. Y'all know what it is. Yeah, man. So the Knicks have made some signings and I'm in that group that's super excited. I'm in that group that's super excited about the signings and stuff. I'm excited about the Marcus Morris signing. I'm excited about the Landry Shamet signing. I'm excited about the Chuma Okeke signing, and where I do have a little bit of trepidation though is how are all these guys going to fit on the roster? How are these guys going to fit? How are these guys going to fit on the roster? Right now, I have full faith in Leon Rose and everybody in the front office doing the front office things. I have full faith in those guys. Right, I have full faith in those guys. I know they'll figure out the right thing to do. It's intriguing to me though. That we actually have these options. And now we're in a state where, or in a mindset where we're trying to figure out which one of these guys, who's staying and who's going. Who's staying and who's going. right? And that's one of those things where I guess it depends on what Tom Thibodeau feels like he wants to do this upcoming season, but it also maybe depends on the health of the roster. I, for one, am not concerned about OG Anunoby's health. I'm not concerned about Mitchell Robinson's health. I'm not concerned about Julius Randle's health. I'm not concerned about the health of the bench. Remember last year, Alec Burks had the shoulder injury towards the end of the season, and he couldn't cook. And then when he got healthy, he started cooking. You remember last year, Bogey got hurt with the wrist and the ankle. I'm not concerned about the injury to the bench. I'm not even Josh Hart got hurt last year. But that doesn't concern me as a longtime and hardcore Knicks fan. That doesn't concern me. What really, really, really concerns me in a way. Yo, Madden is back. Jay Madden, what's good? What concerns me, I guess, long term, and when I say long term, I mean this season. I don't mean forever, right? But what concerns me in the long term thing is the ability for this team to come together quickly. Dripmore is in the building. Dripmore, that's the morning drip right there. That's the morning drip. At night, I'd be like, Dripmore in the building, salute. Hit him up is in the building. Top of the top to hit him up, salute. Salute. Yeah. My concern is, how long is it going to take for this thing to come together? Right? How long is it going to take for this thing to gel? Is it a 20 game thing? Drip more with more energy. Salute. Is it a 20 game thing? Is it a 50 game thing? Is it a we'll get it right by the time the playoffs get here thing? Mega is in the building. Salute. That's my concern, right? But I am one fan. So I'm just one fan. What are your concerns? Do you have a concern? Mega says, good morning, good morning, good morning. Peace, peace, peace. Luke Skywalker Visions is in the building. Salute, my guy. Grand Rising, top of the morning. Salute. Salute to our guy, Luke Skywalker Visions, one of the dopest screen names in the game. One of the dopest screen names in the game. When I first saw it, I was like, what is that? And then he explained it to me. I was like, somebody up a level. I ain't gonna lie. The first time I saw it, I was like, what? And then when he explained it, I was like, somebody up a level. I got you, big dog. I got you. Knicks Dynasty is in the building. Knicks will be 25 and 26 champs is in the building. Salute. Knicks will be 25 and 26 champs says, good morning from California. I know y'all had a late night last night because people tell me California knows how to party. California knows how to party. Ricardo Torres is in the building. Salute our guy. Torres is in the building. Salute our guy Torres. So for those of y'all that are just coming in the door, I mentioned the thing, and I'm just gonna reiterate it because it's everybody didn't hear it. And if you're watching this on replay, thank you. Hit the like button. Smash that like button. So support your guys. I think we all have different levels of concerns. Like, for instance, I'm super excited about the Marcus Morris signing. And I ain't gonna hold you. I like the Marcus Morris signing more than I like the Landry Shamet signing. And it's just because I don't know Landry Shamet. Nothing personal. I like the Marcus Morris signing more than I like the Cameron Payne signing. No disrespect to Cameron Payne, but I know Marcus Morris. He's familiar. It's like bringing Taj Gibson back, except better. And I like Taj too, by the way. I like Taj. I like Marcus Morris. I like when guys play for our team multiple times. I like that. I liked it when Damian Dotson came back and played with us during COVID. I appreciated that. But the concern is with a championship level roster, with a roster that is so deep, is Marcus Morris going to be here opening night? Dripmore says his concern is shot distribution for this team. Yeah, okay. I feel you. I feel you. My major concern is not injuries. It's not an OG Anunoby injury. It's not a Julius Randle injury. It's not a Mitchell Robinson injury. It's not a injury to the bench like last year when Bogey got hurt. Burks was banged up. Deuce was banged up. Even Josh Hart got banged up last year. The injury thing is not a concern for me. My concern is how long it'll take to get into championship form. It's just a concern. I'm not worried because I know we'll get there. I know the Knicks will get there, so I'm not concerned about that stuff per se. I'm more concerned with how long it's going to take to get there. And for some of us, we don't care how long it takes as long as we get there. And I feel you. I feel you. So that's just my concern. What concerns do you have about this Knicks team? Is it the rotation? Do you have a concern about the rotation? Are you concerned that maybe Dante DiVincenzo doesn't get the same level of minutes that he used to get? Are you concerned that maybe Josh Hart won't get the same amount of minutes he used to get? Live in Truth is in the building. The original DSJ is in the building. Salute. Live in Truth says, yo, salute to the family. Show some love to the channel, man. This y'all channel, man. Show love to y'all joint, man. So I'm probably the legal owner, but the real owners are y'all. So I do this for y'all. So I'm up here before I hit the clock doing a joint because I just want to see y'all. I just want to see y'all in the comments, man. I want to see Knicks and Knicks will be 25 champs. I want to see them. Wanted to see Mega. Wanted to see the R&B sensation, the original DSJ. Just wanted to come through and see my people. I don't know if I'll be able to do this every morning. I'd like to try to figure out a schedule for the Knicks at Night podcast and the Knicks Morning Drive where we can kind of rock the spot at both times, get back to a normal schedule. But like most things, you just got to figure it out. Same thing with the Knicks roster. The same thing with the Knicks roster and our approach to the season. Right? Same thing with the Knicks roster and the approach to the season. How long will it take us to get there? Now, my thing is, every season is its own entity. Right? Every season is its own entity, right? Like every season legit has its own trappings and every season has its own trappings and high points and everything. So it's not prudent to compare one season to another. But at the same time, it's one of those deals where we can't help ourselves. The excitement is carrying us to a point where we feel like we can't wait for this season to start because we are disappointed about how the season ended. DSJ says, I'm concerned that OG Anunoby won't play more than 48 games before he misses 4 to 6 weeks, then return for 3 games to miss another 4 to 6 weeks. What I'm going to say to that, DSJ, is thank you. So what I'm going to say to that is if OG Anunoby plays 48 games, I think in those 48 games, the Knicks will be 40-8. That's how confident I am with OG Anunoby. So even if he does play 48 games, I'm thinking the Knicks will be 38-10, 40-8 in those games. That's how confident I am that OG Anunoby fits this roster like a glove. And I feel you. And I understand where you're coming from, and I respect your concern. I respect your concern in where you're coming from. So don't think I'm being dismissive because I'm not. I respect that. I respect that you were bold enough to say that out loud. You know what I'm saying? Share how you feel about that. I respect that. My stance on it, and maybe I'm trying to reach DSJ on a level of comfort about OG. Right? Or maybe I am just y'all remember that song? So my alarm went off. It's I changed my alarm song. Right. Hey, salute to Dominic. I see you, Dom. I'm not rocking that long, bro. I'm only here for a few seconds. I'm only here for a few seconds, bro. Because I'm going to hit the clock in a few minutes. So. But yeah, so two things. I changed my alarm song to that song from the New Edition movie, that song that everybody kept dancing. That song "Holding On" by LTD. Holding on is very hard to do when the love's gone. For some reason, that song get me jumping in the morning, right? Because it just bursts on. There's no lead up, no feeder, no nothing. It just comes on. Holding on is very hard to do when the love is gone, and there's no lie. You know what I'm saying? It just busts. Your phone just busts into that song. It's hilarious. It's hilarious, and that's why I kind of like that is my alarm. And it's not an alarm. It's not the wake me up before you go alarm. It's the mid morning get yourself together alarm to let you know, man, get to your computer and all that stuff. Don is in the building. Salute. The best is in the building. Salute. Donnie D says they have enough wings where OG, if played the right way, minutes wise, should not get injured. Yeah. The best is in the building. Hey, Donnie, hey, I agree with you. Hey, listen, I agree with you. My sleeper is Keita Bates-Diop. And I know all the conversations are leading away from a Keita Bates-Diop. Nobody wants to talk about Keita Bates-Diop. And I watch the shows. I'm not going to lie to you. I sneak and watch some of them. I sneak and watch some of the shows and stuff. I'll get in the chat and just be hanging out with y'all in the chat. Y'all don't know it's me. I don't really type anything. I just hang out in the chat. But I feel y'all concerned about OG, and I think that the OG thing is, if it's a concern, the concern is about him being our highest paid player going into the season. That's the only concern. If he's the highest paid Knick and he's not available, that could be a concern. I could see where you're coming from. What position does he play? I like his. Think of him as a smaller version of Precious. He's a more agile version of Precious Achiuwa. He can guard 4s, 3s, some 2s. You could walk him out there on LaMelo. He can guard. You could put him in front of Anthony Edwards. Nobody can guard Anthony Edwards, right? But you could put him out there in front of Anthony Edwards. You could put him out there in front of Devin Booker. King Imbert is in the building. Salute. Yeah, hey, Dre, yeah, I feel you. Yep, that's him. Yo, King Imbert is in the building. Yeah, Keita Bates-Diop is all just a bundle of energy, bro. He is just a energy wing, right? He's that guy that's like, if somebody were to get Keita Bates-Diop has played a lot. Keita Bates-Diop has played a lot of minutes in the NBA. Let me just make that clear. Right? He's not a bench dude that should not get minutes. Keita Bates-Diop is a guy that should get NBA minutes. Right? He should get minutes. He's a veteran that deserves minutes, but on a championship level team, guys that deserve minutes don't necessarily play. If you remember Kelly Oubre barely playing for the Washington Wizards, y'all remember that? Yeah, anybody remember Kelly Oubre on the Washington Wizards? He barely played. There were so many Otto Porter, Marcus Morris, bunch of dudes on that Washington Wizards team. And I think he debates Diop for us might be that guy, like break glass in case of emergency. I was talking to Todd Barbie the other day, maybe it was last night, right? He was excited about what Marcus Morris can bring. And I told him, easy, back it up, right? Like Marcus Morris I'm glad he's here. I don't expect anything. Marcus Morris is here. I don't expect anything, man. I'm just glad he's here. It's like, you know how your cousin come over and he come over empty, he ain't got nothing. Man, we just glad you're here, bro. Come hang out, man. I don't expect anything out of Marcus Morris except being a professional. Like whatever he has to add, he is gonna add it. That's it. Live in Truth says these New York Grits are gonna brutalize the NBA. This is the best roster we've had in my 52 years. We have ISO scoring, shooting, individual and team defense, rim protection, hustle, clutch play, and depth. Yep. Hey, and guess what else you can add? And youth. The Knicks have youth. All of that stuff and youth at the same time. The deepest, most balanced roster we've probably seen. HRM is in the building. Yeah, man. Mars, yeah, he's gonna add, and so Landry Shamet also. Landry Shamet came out in the Kevin Knox draft. Like legit. Think about this. Landry Shamet was in that Dante draft, in that Bridges draft. I think the Knicks have a bunch of dudes, or had a bunch of dudes out of that draft, out of that 2019 draft. Knox, um, Dante, Bridges, Shamet. I think Shake Milton was in that draft. Oh, the 2018 draft? That was the 2018 draft. The 2019 draft was RJ. Yeah, that's right. That's right. Right. I appreciate that, DSJ. Yeah. Yeah. So October 6th is the Knicks' first preseason game. DSJ, guess what the 8:30 alarm is? The 8:30 the Alonda alarm. DSJ, the 8:30 reminder alarm is a song called what's the 8:30 reminder alarm? I need the official name just to troll DSJ a little bit this morning. It is called DSJ. The 8:30 reminder alarm is a song called "On the Down Low" by Brian McKnight. I don't know why. I guess I just picked it. I don't know why. I guess it's about something about Maxine being 5'9" and have a man she didn't like, something like that. Okay. This is a great question. What are your expectations for the Knicks if healthy by the third week of April? Um, so I had to do the qualifiers, right? Are the Knicks going to be healthy at that time, or are they going to be healthy all season? Just a qualifier. I just want to give a smart answer to a very smart and thoughtful question. That's a very smart and thoughtful question. So I want to ensure that I give a smart answer to a well thought out question, and I appreciate that question also. My expectation for the Knicks, when the season ends at the expiration of Game 82, I expect the Knicks to be the number one seed in the East. I want the Knicks to go 62-20. Realistically, it'll probably be somewhere in the neighborhood of 57-25, 56-26. Realistically, right? I think the Knicks are going to be the number one seed in the East, and it doesn't guarantee a championship because the best regular season team doesn't always win championships, right? So my best case scenario is 62-20, right? Realistically, it'll probably be around 56-26, 57-25. Number one seed in the East and healthy, right? And healthy. If we're just talking about how the season ends, when the season is over, I expect Jalen Brunson to be a two-time All-Star. When the season ends, I expect Julius Randle to be a four-time All-Star. When the awards are announced, I expect Jalen Brunson to be a two-time All-Star, two-time All-NBA. I expect Randle to be a four-time All-Star, three-time All-NBA. Right? That's what I expect. I expect the Knicks to finish with a top 5 offense and a top 5 defense. And it's not because of firepower. It'll be because of the system. East Blue Drew is in the building. Salute. That's a great question. Also from Knicks will be 25 and 26 champs. That's a well thought out. That's like a that question is like a standardized test question, right? Make you think throughout the entire question. Like, what are expectations for the Knicks if healthy by the end of the season? It's like one of those questions that you got like, dang, I gotta think about the whole thing, man. Make you think about a bunch of stuff. Make me want to sharpen my number 2 pencil or something. Yeah, man. So I honestly believe that the Knicks not only have enough talent to be the number 1 seed in the East, but I also think when you combine that with the fact that Boston is going to be getting everybody's best shot every night, I can easily see Boston being the number 2 seed. Not because we're necessarily that much better than them, but because they're going to be getting the NBA champ treatment every night. Every night, somebody's going to be going at Jason Tatum. Every night, somebody's going to be going at Jaylen Brown. Every night, someone is going to be going at Porzingis and Drew Holiday. Every night, somebody's going to try to make their name against the champ. And you know why that is because in order to be the man, you have to beat the man. And even if it's only one night, even if you're the man for only one night. DSJ says, do you expect Mikal Bridges or OG Anunoby to play well enough to garner their first All-Star appearances? That's another one of those questions where you're like, yeah, I don't know. I expect both of them to play exceptionally well in reduced roles. I think they're going to be super. I think they're going to be more like. I think they're going to be more like Byron Scott and James Worthy. Right? They're going to be like more like Byron Scott and James Worthy. I think they're going to be more like Scottie Pippen and Horace Grant, is what I expect. I think they're going to be more like Klay Thompson and Andre Iguodala. Coach is in the building. Salute, Coach. East Blue Drew is in the building, getting the party started. I appreciate East Blue Drew. Appreciate you, bro. Appreciate East Blue Drew coming and hanging out with us this morning, family. Appreciate that. My expectation is the same as most Knicks content creators. The end result is the same. The end result is the same. But how we get to, like, I know you guys watch a lot of different Knicks content creators, man. I do also. Right. But I think the way that we get to our conclusion is different. Right. A lot of those guys are expecting somewhere between 55 and 60 wins. I'm in that same boat. I just got there. I just got there a different way. If you look at my scratch paper and their scratch paper, it'll look different how we got there, but we get into the same place. No big deal. Nick P in the building. Salute. Good mornings. Hit him up, ass. Who's going to be the backup center, Nick Richards or Jonas Valanciunas? I think the backup center for the season is going to be Precious Achiuwa. I think Precious is the backup center for the season. I know that's not the sexy pick talk during the summer, but listen. Here's it. Yo, Ivory 10 is in the building. Salute. Let's get it. Let's get it. Ivory 10 is in the building. Salute. And that's my guy. Yo, nobody is a more passionate Knicks fan than Ivory 10, y'all. I can say something to Ivory 10, and Ivory 10 will stew on that thing for like 2 days until he get his chance to talk. Like, I can say something to Ivory 10, and Ivory 10, because you know he busy. Like, we're all busy or whatever, and he'll stew on that thing until he get his chance. Right? What I'll say is this though about the backup center thing. What my thing is, what else do you expect up front? The Knicks won the offseason. Think about what people are asking content creators. Right? Right. Knicks fans are asking for the Knicks to pull off 4 major transactions in a 7-month span. And what I'll say to you is you got to relax. Yo. What I'm going to say to y'all is you got to relax, man. You got to relax. Like legit, they traded for OG Anunoby, right? And then re-signed him when everybody wanted him. That should have been our summer right there. You trade for OG Anunoby and then you re-sign him when everybody wanted him. And yes, teams offered him more money. Yes, teams offered him more money, and the Knicks were able to convince him to stay. That should have been our summer right there. Then, thank you for coming out. God bless. Good night. That should have been our summer right there, right? But not only did that happen, the Knicks traded for Mikal Bridges. And now you're like, whoa, wait a minute. They traded for Mikal Bridges also? You telling me not only do we have OG Anunoby for the foreseeable future, we have Mikal Bridges for the foreseeable future? And then not only did they do that, they jettisoned some of the guys that were questionable, borderline NBA players. And you know who they are. And respect to those guys, right? Respect to Dwayne Washington. Respect to DeQuan Jeffries. Respect to Charlie Brown Jr. Respect to all those guys that were at the end of the roster that when our guys got hurt, they wasn't able to go in and play and contribute. Right? Think about it. The injuries didn't necessarily get us. It's the fact that we had injuries and then we didn't have quality NBA talent at the end of the bench. That's what really hurt us. What hurt us wasn't the injuries. Injuries are going to happen. What happened was when the injuries happened, we didn't have quality NBA talent to backfill or replace them with. Right? So not only did they trade for OG Anunoby and then re-sign him, trade for Mikal Bridges, they got Jalen Brunson to take the hugest, and I don't know if hugest is a word. Coach, is hugest a word? Is hugest a word, Coach? They got Jalen Brunson to take this significant pay cut that sent shockwaves through the NBA. Right? Shockwaves through the NBA. And Live in Truth said hugest. Hugest is not a word. I know. I know. I know, man. I need some coffee. Bro, I need some coffee, right? I need some coffee. Right. So Jalen Brunson takes a significant pay cut in order for the Knicks to put this thing together, right? And then on top of all of that, they secure their future. They go into the draft a big man, draft another wing, draft two more wings, and a point guard. Okay. Okay. Huh? Okay. Sweet. Thank you. So they trade for OG Anunoby and then re-sign him in a very heated offseason market. If Sixers fans say they wanted Paul George the whole time, they lying. You know they lying. You know they wanted OG. The rumor was they offered OG the most the max years and the max money, and he turned them down and re-signed with New York. Then you trade for Mikal Bridges from your rival from across town. And then Jalen Brunson takes a significant pay cut, and the Knicks add 4 rookies to the back end of the roster. And then they bring in Cameron Payne, a veteran point guard. They bring in Mook Morris, right? A veteran wing that we like. They bring in a sharpshooter in Landry Shamet. right? And then Knicks fans hit me up and say, "Yeah, that's cool. That's cool, but what are we gonna do about the backup center?" And I'm here to tell you, hey man, Rome wasn't built in a day. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying it's not a legitimate concern. I'm not saying it's not a legitimate concern. What I'm saying is, when you saw all that, you got to trust them. And coach says Keita Bates Diop. And you know what? I like Keita Bates Diop, man. But my thing is, every summer I pick a guy that I like, and the Knicks wind up cutting him. So I'm trying not to say his name, right? I'm trying not to say his name because I know he's not going to get cut because the Knicks can't afford to have dead money on the cap. They'll probably try to move him for a better fitting piece. But I don't want to see that man get cut. I think he epitomizes what we do in New York. I think he's a big, strong kid that plays his heart out. No, he's not a shooter. He's not a scorer. But you never have to question that man's motor. That man's motor is probably running right now. That dude is a high-energy athlete. On that note, y'all, I'm going to get out of here so I can get my work day started, man. I appreciate y'all. I'm not for sure if I'll be able to do this every morning. I have to see because of workload and all that stuff. But I thank everybody for coming through, hanging out with us. Thank you for all of y'all dope questions, man. I appreciate y'all with all the great questions. Keep them coming. If you enjoyed what you saw, hit that like button. Subscribe to the channel. I'm out of here, y'all. Peace.